welcome everyone to another video. We are back once again. Well, actually not back, this is the first time I'm really showing this on YouTube. There you are. So we are once again at the observatory. I have no idea if this is going to be main channel or second channel content, so if you're watching this on the second channel, there should be a noticeable improvement in the audio quality because I bought the DJI mic, which should be recording at 32-bit float audio, which should be pretty good. But if this is on the first channel, on the main channel, then I'm not going to explain anything and we're just gonna get right into it. It's still quite bright outside. So for the past few days, I've been coming to the observatory, trying to observe or really, let's say, image, photograph geostationary satellites, right? For no particular reason, really. But today is going to be different because today I'm actually going inside. As you can see right now, we're gonna be trying to use the main telescope inside the observatory dome. Up until now, I've only tried photographing geostationary satellites and other phenomena using the iPhone that you're currently using to watch this video, which has been, let's say, not particularly fruitful, okay? Today might be different. Today we're gonna be focusing on one satellite in particular, a satellite that many of you probably are quite familiar with, is the Russian Elektro-L N2 weather satellite, which as far as I understand is currently nearing the end of its useful operational life. Elektro is unfortunately way too dim to be visible with an iPhone or naked eye or binoculars. Hence why we are going to be trying to use the telescope. I think this is a 15 centimeter telescope. We're going to be taking a closer look at them once I get the phone inside the dome actually, so let's go there. Weather is not looking particularly great. We've got a lot of cloud cover. You can maybe see Venus over there. It's currently in the clear, but all of these clouds are coming this way, so it's probably not gonna have a very long observation window. I've looked at Stellarium, and Elektro-L N2 is supposed to make a few transits. Its apparent position will align with a few bright stars that I think I'll be able to use as navigation points to point my telescope. I should also probably put the microphone on my shirt like it's supposed to be. There we go. There it is. There's the original telescope. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna place the microphone on my shirt and I'm gonna unlock the focus on the iPhone. I have no idea if I placed the mic correctly. Also the acoustics in the observatory dome are not the best, so I'm sorry if it sounds like garbage, but it should be better than what's coming out of the iPhone. So here we have the telescopes. So at the bottom, this should be a 15 centimeter refractor. I forgot the actual focal length. This is a bigger 20, maybe more centimeter reflector, but we're not gonna be using this one. We don't have the correct optics for it or the correct eyepiece and mounting. And then over there is a smaller, what is this? This is for projecting the solar disk. This is for watching the sun during the day. You would aim this at the sun and then you would have the face of the sun basically being projected out of the eyepiece in the back. It's kind of interesting. And then of course we have our viewfinder over here. But yeah, the main telescope is gonna be this one, the 15 centimeter refractor. You can't see anything with the iPhone. Don't worry. I have an actual CCD camera. Let's go check it out. This is awesome. I don't think I have to bring the mic receiver with me because I'm recording on the internal memory, so hopefully the audio is not gonna disconnect. And if it does, we're gonna be falling back on the iPhone. Okay, I'm gonna put the phone down because this is not something I want to handle with one hand. There it is. Sharp cap, that's what we're gonna be using today. And there it is, that's the QHY something, I forgot. The CCD is like, okay, I don't want to be doing this one-handed. That's really cool that I have the microphone. I can put the phone down and the audio is still the same. Isn't that awesome? QHY 168C. And yeah, I don't really know how to use this. I don't know how to use SharpCap. So by watching this video, you are entering a contract, okay? In exchange for watching this, you're gonna explain to me how the hell do you actually use the software. I mean, I can understand SharpCap. I have no idea how to do the stacking and calibration properly. We're just gonna see what we can do. Let's bring everything up to the dome, and once it's all assembled on the telescope, I'm gonna get back to you. This took some time. You're probably hearing some motor currently. That's the mount of the telescope, the equatorial mount. There's a lot of annoying cables in the way, but it's fine. I have everything connected, so in theory, once the camera initializes, there it is. Let's take a look at the full frame and see what we can see. Okay, so there's Jupiter. Okay, I should put this on a tripod, I think. Okay, I mean, maybe you see something, I don't know. I have Jupiter directly in the viewfinder, and I see a huge bright halo all the way around it, which means it's bad. And there are clouds. Can you see it on the screen? I don't think you can. What's going on? Is the exposure, maybe the exposure is set up incorrectly. That's probably the case. Oh my god. Okay. I mean, the exposure is set to 20 milliseconds. Oh yeah, there we go. I just have to... There is Jupiter. And it's not focused at all, of course. That's another thing. I completely forgot you have to focus the telescope, of course. Let's set the digital gain to the maximum value and see if we can focus it correctly. I want to give you a closer look at this. Ah, fuck. So there's out of focus Jupiter. The focuser is right here. So I'm gonna stop the recording and start it to turn on the flash. Okay. Now there will be an annoying glare on the screen, but too bad. This is how we focus it. I need to unlock it first, and now I'll just move the focus. This probably would have been better on a star than Jupiter itself. Let's see, can we center it better? We can see some of the moons already. Now, if I was smart, I would somehow set up SharpCap to record video and then put it in. Can I actually do that? I don't think SharpCap can do compressed video. It's just gonna... Okay, I'm not gonna bother because this computer does not have a lot of storage. There's a lot of GIF in the telescope mount. For example, now I'm holding it with my hand in tension and I let go. Look how much it goes back. And on the other axis, it's... Yeah, that's even worse. Look at it. I do this movement, then I let go. Just goes back, so it's... Whatever, this is good enough. Now, we're going to shrink the region of interest. Just ignore the sun here. You're gonna just, it's an iPhone. I'm sorry, I can't turn it off. Now we find Jupiter, and there's the two moons of it. There's more. And actually I can use the moons because they are much smaller in angular size to dial in the Oh, I forgot! Oh, fuck, I have the thing! You put it on the lens, on the aperture of the telescope, and you can use it to focus better. But the last time I was here, it didn't fit correctly. I didn't make this. It's 3D printed. I don't know who brought it here. I have no idea if it works. But it doesn't actually fit the telescope, and I don't know if that's gonna be an issue. I'm gonna fall down these stairs and it's gonna be on video. And then I'm gonna die and bleed out. It doesn't actually fit, and I brought some masking tape thinking I'm just gonna hold it on there, but I think if I just lay it on, it can just stay there using gravity alone. Oh my god. So now, if I move the focus... Okay, well, this is not working at all. It's supposed to be showing diffraction spikes, but I think I should be aiming at a star. Okay, so there are several factors that are complicating this. First of all, you can see it probably even on the iPhone. There's like thin cloud cover that's gonna be blurring everything out. Jupiter is not a point source, and ideally There's Venus over there. Ideally, I would aim at a really bright star which does behave like a point source in the telescope. But I don't think there are any really... There's Jupiter. There's Venus. This is Sirius, I think. Wow, I gave up really fast. That's fine. I'll put it next to my Lidl cola. And we're just gonna eyeball the focus. I feel like this focuser would be really easy to electrify. Maybe that's something I can do in the future. If we reduce the exposure, we might actually be able to see, look. You can kind of see the atmosphere. If we reduce the digital gain and increase the exposure instead, 260 milliseconds. Look at that. That's not bad, right? You can actually barely see. I'm just gonna take a picture. Snapshot. There you go. And I'll put it in the video. You can kind of see one of the moons of Jupiter right now. Behind it, almost. But that's not what we're after today. Today we're after something much more interesting to me. To you probably as well, if you're a member of my audience, longer time audience. I want to see if I can take a picture of the Elektro-L N2 weather satellite. Now, in theory this should be possible, but because this is an equatorial mount and Elektro is not particularly stationary, it's on a quite high inclination. So this is 2158? No, 2129. Elektro-L N2 is going to be transiting in front of 28 Monocerotis, wonderful name for a star. So what I want to do, so I'm gonna take the telescope, aim it at the star. We're gonna be doing some longer shooting, and then when it's time for Elektro to transit, we're gonna switch to shorter exposures because it's going to be moving in the frame quite fast. And I want to see if we can actually capture Elektro transiting basically near the star. I configured Stellarium to have the field of view of this setup. Let me quickly actually go to Stellarium. No, this is going on the second channel, I don't care. See, the problem is I'm already getting anxious about this, right? Because I know the framing. This shot sucks. What is this shot? I'm showing you my feet. This thing. And you can actually see that the telescope is not connected to the floor here. This is by design, so that vibrations don't... Okay, nobody cares. Now, another problem is this. Well, this is not a problem, this is the solution to the problem. This computer right here is connected to encoders in the telescope. This is not an encoder, this is a stepper motor. You can see it stepping over there. But there are encoders. There is an encoder, right? And that goes down. There's probably a second one somewhere over here. And this would actually display right ascension and declination in real time, but I don't know how to use it, and we don't have enough time to set it up. So I'm gonna try just eyeballing it, finding the star using the viewfinder, and if that fails, we do have a backup. We have a backup strat. If the 2129 transit fails, so 2158 transit of HD 71830, so we can catch that. And I think maybe 2230, there's another one. And then this would have been the best one. 33 minutes past midnight, Elektro-L N2 is gonna be flying right across NGC 3521, but I think it's gonna be way too cloudy at that point and I'm gonna be gone probably. Also, the TLEs in Stellarium are probably wrong, so none of this may be correct. So now I'm gonna put you on the tripod because this is gonna suck. This is genuinely going to be horrible. So there's Jupiter, there's Sirius, and there's, what is this? Procyon. That's the star that we're gonna be using as our guide star mainly. There it is. If I go back to the full frame, we can use this star to better focus the telescope, and this looks actually really cool. I want to capture a video. How do I do it? How do I capture a video? output format, PNG, AVI. Okay, I'm now capturing video. I have no idea if it's gonna work. If it is, then you're watching it as well. If not, then you're just looking at my back, or I'm just cutting this section out. Fuck, I just lost it. Ha, there it is. We can center it using the thing. It looks really cool. I really hope the frame rate is good enough to show all of this. Where did I put the mask? Maybe we can use the mask now that we're aimed at an actual star. So the mask is off now and it's on now. Oh, look at that, that's the diffraction that I want to see, but I think, yeah, this is not gonna work. It looks really cool, but it's not gonna work because the mask is not parallel with the lens. It needs to be printed to fit the telescope correctly. We're just gonna eyeball it, it's fine. Who cares? Okay, I'm starting to panic. Now I'm changing the focus again. Whoa. If I was a flat earther, this would hit really hard.
All right, guys, we're gonna, good day. We are going to view the star Sirius. And so this is the Sirius star frequency coil. I'll go really slow for those of you slow people out there. This is not chromatic aberration. It is not out of focus. It is not blurry. So good luck with explaining how the stars work in your model, the globe. And voila.
There you go. That's probably the best we can do. I'm gonna turn off the iPhone because you can't see anything anyway. And we're just gonna be taking a look at the extremely low frame rate sequence on the thing. And I'm gonna be moving the telescope now, so it's just gonna mess it up. You know what's really frustrating? Now that the transit happened, the sky is actually clearing up. There you go. There's Procyon. You're gonna probably be seeing it as some really bright streaks on the screen. Oh yeah. But once it settles down, it should be fine. Yeah, that's Procyon. You're looking at it right now. I don't care how it's actually supposed to be pronounced. So now I'm gonna go to the east. Let's see. Wait for the image buffer. There's 2 frames I've noticed in sharp cap. So if I have 4-second exposures, I have to wait twice as long. No, we are looking at literally nothing. I need to turn off the light on the bottom floor. And I need to reduce the brightness of my laptop to actually see better myself. Okay. And we're gonna do it all over again. And you're gonna keep watching. So there's Procyon. There we go. Fuck, it got so much clearer in those few minutes after Elektro passed. That's okay, we still have our backup, right? We have our backup. We have our backup. Where the hell am I aiming? What? Like, this doesn't match what my timestamp is correct. Oh, there's gonna be a satellite flying through the field of view. Can you see it? Oh, there it is in the corner. 1 frame. And it's gone. Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm making progress. Okay, I need to reduce the brightness of my phone as well. It turns out that's probably my biggest handicap right now. Ow, fuck. I just stabbed my eyeball with the viewfinder. Okay. I can see Elektro in the viewfinder. I mean, I can't, but it should actually be in my viewfinder right now. It's slowly approaching HD 68667. Really funny. And that should be this star. right here. So when I say right here, you have to keep in mind, right, there's some delay on the buffer. Okay, let's move the roof a little more. Oh, that's the wrong direction. This is the most schizophrenic video I've ever made, I think. Okay, so you're now seeing the bright star is HD 68667 and Elektro-L N2 should be entering frame any second now. I don't think this even is my backup thing, is it? What was my backup? Okay, 2230. Okay, so this is an extra attempt, and it should be making the closest approach right about now. Do I see it? No, no, I don't. I'm gonna go turn off the motors real quick while it's in the frame, and that way the telescope is gonna stay aiming at Elektro, because we're not gonna be following the rotation of the Earth anymore, right? Motors are off. Well, it's one motor, it's equatorial mount, but still. Now, Elektro's motion across the frame should be much slower. Instead, we are seeing the stars moving, right? I see it. I totally fucking see it in the frame. There it is. I swear to God, I see it. I see it. It's so dim. It's so unbelievably dim. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. I can't even stack the frame. It's moving so fast. Oh, this sucks. This is really bad, but I can see it. And it's not a dead pixel because it's moving. Do you see it? I'm gonna put some... Put some arrows on screen. Or is it a dead pixel? I can't tell actually. No, that's it. That's Elektro. I'm 100% positive that's Elektro. Okay, I shouldn't be saying that. That's not true. I'm not 100% positive. It's like a tiny dot. I'm gonna put my mouse cursor on it. See if it moves. I think it does. Yeah, it's moving. That's Elektro. It's so dim. I really was expecting it to be much brighter than this. Okay, now I don't feel bad that we're gonna miss the galactic transit, because there's no way we would be able to see it. It's so unbelievably dim. Wow. It would have been better if I actually caught it in the center of the frame, because when I'm now looking at the... I probably should have just disabled the digital gain, right? But it's fine. Right? The stars it's passing by are like magnitude 12, and those are clearly visible, even streaked. Stellarium says its Elektro is magnitude 15, which I guess checks out. I can't see it anymore. Can I? Yes, I can. Maybe, sort of, kind of. Wow. That's so dim. I know I keep repeating myself, but man. It's a big satellite. I mean, is it a big satellite? Oh, when you think about it, the solar panels, they're gonna be aiming at the sun, so right now I think we're gonna be looking at them edge on basically, so they're not gonna be producing any reflections. We just had a satellite fly through. I mean, a different satellite. I don't know which one, it's not in Stellarium. Maybe it is, yes it is. It's Starlink 4109, wonderful. Yeah, the thing is, as soon as I touch the telescope, I'm never gonna be able to find it again until we get another lucky transit. At 21:57, it's gonna be flying directly over HD 71830. So I'm gonna go turn on the motors again. You're just gonna hear the audio of me going down the stairs. So the DJI mic should be good for 6 hours of recording, which I don't think I'm gonna be here this long. So turning on the motor now, you should probably see the streaking stop. The stars are going to stabilize, but Elektro is going to disappear completely. You know what's gonna happen now, right? We're gonna be looking at Procyon again. Wow, it sure would be useful if I knew how to use the computer. I mean, I probably do. I'm just terrified of using it. Because if I mess something up, well, that's it. So that's HD. No, it's not. Yeah, I think we were aiming correctly. I really do think we were aiming correctly. I just don't know what rotation the CCD actually is in the frame, so the field of view might be all over the place. The telescope can actually do some mild corrections. It has like a remote control thing, which I'm trying to find now. Oh, there it is, I can see it. Oh fuck, I just touched it with my back. Okay, let's see if that moved it in the correct direction. Oh, it actually did! Right, I'm now trying to center that star as best as I can. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely it. We are looking at it. And when Elektro is... So Elektro should be transiting directly in front of it. So as soon as it gets close, I'm just gonna flip the switch of the motors and we should have our telescope aimed directly at Elektro. Okay, it's getting really close. I'm gonna go downstairs again. First, check that the telescope is not... Okay, it's fine. Whew. Wow, this is exciting. Very unorthodox way to aim at a satellite. Okay. And it's directly in front of the star right now. Wow, this is cool. So now, once the frame buffers, once the image buffers go by again, we should hopefully be presented with Elektro directly in the middle of... I can see it! Oh my god, that worked so well! Holy hell! Okay, this is so cool. And it's even, I think it's brighter. It's probably because it's in the center of the CCD. Okay, I need to turn off my phone, turn off my... I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna stop this image sequence now. So you're probably, I don't know what you're seeing. I'm gonna go to just 3 seconds of exposures. And I'm going to continue with a completely different voiceover. So now it's 3 days later. I've edited most of the video. So this is the final sequence of the Elektro-L N2 weather satellite seen through the 15cm telescope. After I cut that recording, I basically just kept kind of looking at it, and then I figured I want to capture a sequence of it just flying across the entire frame. So what I did is I just kept nudging the telescope until Elektro was just barely out of the field of view, and I capture what you're now seeing on repeat on your screen. So this is 3-second exposures, or was it 6-second? I'm not actually sure. Let me check quickly. Oh, yeah, it was 8-second exposures. I'm an idiot. I figured out that around 6 seconds was the longest I could do without the satellite itself becoming a streak. Then I added 2 more. It's still fine. It still looks more like a dot and less like a line. There are a couple things to notice in this sequence. You can see that at the beginning, whenever the loop gets to the beginning, you're gonna see it. The satellite is a lot dimmer, and as it gets higher, it gets brighter. Now, I initially thought maybe it's catching the sunlight differently and the apparent magnitude is increasing. I don't think that's the case. I think that's simply because it's slowly approaching the apex of the geosynchronous daily circulation, what do you want to call it, oscillation. And you can actually see it even in this short, I think roughly an hour long sequence, that the angular speed at which the satellite is traversing the frame, higher at the beginning, lower at the end. And because it is moving slower in the frame, it's spending more time in the same pixels. We're doing long exposure, so it has more time to expose. I think that's why the brightness seems to be increasing. And that's it. I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I know nobody cares. Literally nobody that I've shown this to gave a shit, but this is really cool. But yeah, a 3-second exposure with a 15cm lens telescope was able to resolve it kind of. 6 seconds worked better, 8 seconds probably the best if it's not moving too fast. If anyone else wants to try this, go ahead. You might probably be more interested in the L N2 satellite. That's also something I covered on my channel. A few days earlier I was at the observatory too, and I captured this sequence. Where is it? I captured this sequence of a group of geostationary satellites. You can actually see 4 of them in the frame. The one at the top right is the L N2 satellite, better known in the amateur community as QO100, and I made a few videos on my main channel about this particular satellite as well. I have not identified the other ones. I think they are the better satellites, BADR, but I'm not sure. You can see one of them is quite dim, and it looks almost like it's orbiting another satellite. You can actually see like the perceived motion in that pair of satellites. I'm gonna zoom in because I've learned how to do that in DaVinci Resolve finally. This is a much shorter sequence, but you can actually see the satellites moving relative to each other. These have much lower inclination than Elektro, which is about to probably die and go into graveyard orbit. These satellites actually have to operate for direct-to-home broadcasting, so they have to be much more stable. And if you do have a telescope, at least 12 centimeter aperture. With my Dobson telescope at home, that has a 12 centimeter mirror, and I am able to actually see this exact group of satellites through the eyepiece without the camera, right? Without any long exposure in real time. Through the 15 centimeter observatory telescope, it's a lot more visible, and it's pretty cool to look at this. There's dozens of other bright geostationary satellites. These I don't know, this is just one. That's gonna be it for this video. Bye.